Triggers could be placed on a single element or a group of elements when they are in a selection together. So to do that, let's create a selection from all the icons and include the box behind them, which is a shape. We're going to name that selection icon box and save it. Now, when we have an element that we want to manipulate the elements or a single element, we have to go to the menu for triggers, click on it, add an interaction, choose the action that would begin the trigger or activate it, and now we should select what it would affect. Here we have two options. The first one is element and the other one is timeline. Let's start with the element. We select either each of the different elements on their own. We can select all the texts, for example. That would affect all the texts. Or we can select the icon box selection, and that trigger would affect the whole selection. Now we click on the plus to add the parameter and value that we would like to see triggered. We can select from different animations that attract the attention of users, or change the background color, borders, and different settings for the form, fill, height, opacity, visibility, width, and positioning. We're going to select visibility, and when clicked, it will show the selection, it will be visible. Then we can add another interaction. Again, choose the action that would trigger it, but it cannot be the same action, so this time we're going to click on double click, again elements, and select icon box again. This time, when we go to the visibility, we are going to choose hidden, and that would hide the selection when clicked twice. We close the menu, we play the slide, and now when we double click on the icon for information, the whole selection got hidden. When we click one more time, it becomes visible again and it's operational, and it could affect the other elements on the slide. We can also make them visible and hide the icon boxes, and the elements would still be visible no matter that their icons are hidden. So let's hide them. And get out of the full screen. If we remove the blocks for the channels on the icons, they will not show up when the slide gets played, and only the information icon will be visible. But because they have blocks, they are visible all the time. The other type of trigger is when we add an action again, but this time we're going to select timeline, and now we don't have items to be selected because we are going to trigger an event on the timeline in the sequencer. We click on interact and choose the parameter. We have different parameters here, such as full screen in, full screen out, go to second, go to slide, in order to choose the exact second or slide from the training, go to a URL, which would open a specific website that you assign, lock all triggers, lock the time player, next slide, play sound that you assign, previous slide, start the time player, stop the sound, stop the time player, timeline audio, unlock all triggers and unlock time player. Let's say we go to a specific second and we give a value of 0 so that it gets restarted every time this icon gets clicked. Now, to demonstrate, we have all the icons and buttons shown on screen, and we are at the 12th second. We click on the icon for reset, and the slide restarted again, and we are on the 5th, 6th second. From here, we can do all the rest of the operations we have assigned and make the slide complete.